That was literally the first sound on the stream. I hit unmute, and then it went. That was
Beautiful.
awesome.
That was
What an
beautiful.
intro. Oh my goodness. That was awesome. Well, everyone watching at home, welcome to the Lakeside. Welcome back to another episode of the Curse of Strahd with your cast here at Lakeside Legendz. Is everyone ready to play some D&D?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's been a hot minute.
Well, it seems the trend that's been going on lately is that
I know.
we play and then we take a break and then we play because we have things going on. But
Got lives.
I know.
goodness.
Well, fortunately, until the end of next month, if everything goes smoothly, we should just be able to play. So, yeah. Because, I got a baby coming at the end of May, so, I mean, depending on when he decides to show up, if he's my kid.
Figure things out.
Been waiting for you,
Hey.
son, forever.
Mine was 2 weeks early.
I was well, but if he's my kid, he's going to be 2 weeks late. Because I was 2
yeah, that's
weeks
true,
late.
that's true.
And he is my kid. So. Anyway, you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's start with
Almost.
our recap. First, we have imra'lyr Sardith, the Shadow Elf Ranger, played by Lore. Me, a changeling druid, played by Arthur. Kinsley, our firbolg cleric, played by Blair. And Francisco Guadalupe del Valle, a changeling fighter, played by Trevor.
it's so weird every week.
It gets more and more central every week.
And let's not
This is a
forget.
PG-13.
Let's not forget about yours truly, your master storyteller and DM for this saga, DM David. Yay! All right.
All around.
Sitting atop Yester Hill, cloaked in darkness and silenced by one of Kinsley's spells, our heroes watched as Strahd von Zarovich straddled his nightmare high in the sky, while the druids and berserkers of Barovia began some kind of ritual. Unable to communicate with one another verbally, our adventurers attempted to discuss what to do. Would it be smart to intervene and put a stop to whatever Strahd and his minions were up to? Or should they wait and continue their search for the next prophetic relic, once their enemies have finished? It seemed that they could not decide or agree on what to do. As the misfits muddled through their thoughts and attempted to communicate what each saw as the best course of action, the ritual came to an end. It was at this moment that Kinsley dropped her spell of silence. Francisco, taking Kinsley's action as a sign to attack, pulled from his pack the supernatural gift bestowed upon him by Mordenkainen, a silver horn of Valhalla. He pressed his lips to it and blew. 7 warrior spirits then appeared before them, and although a fight was not what all the misfits wanted, it seemed that course of action had been decided. At the exact moment Francisco bugled his horn, the wooden effigy that the druids and berserkers were chanting around began to move. Suddenly, giant roots and branches shot out of the wooden statue, and a tree blight burst from within. As Francisco and his friends were no longer hidden, Strahd and his minions turned to them, and a battle began. Within the very first round, one of the giant tree blight's roots shot See if I can read what I wrote. One of the giant tree blight's roots shot out from beneath the ground and grappled everyone's favorite goblin. It used its mighty branches to wail on Spit, and its teeth to tear away at him. Suddenly, the goblin fell silent, and his body was heard dropping to the ground. This enemy was not going to be an easy one. Fortunately for our heroes, they eventually stood victorious. They killed all the druids and berserkers, watched as Strahd retreated back through his ethereal portal, and defeated the summoned tree blight that, once felled, dissipated into dust. Lying where the tree monster's body once was, a small yellow glowing rock caught our hero's eyes. They all managed to survive, but just barely. Once the dust began to settle, Francisco heard a whisper as if floating to him on the wind. "Long have I waited for one who is worthy. My spear hungers for blood. Retrieve it, and rule these mountains in my stead, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall, king of berserkers." The voice then faded, and Francisco felt a sort of magical pull toward one of the many cairns encircling Yester Hill. And that is where we are now.
That's. Oh my gosh.
Freaking Jay. Oh,
Well, hey,
yeah.
we're alive.
Is
We are
everyone okay?
so
We're
alive.
spit.
Oh, he's resting his little head over there.
Yeah,
He's not dead.
no. I made sure that he wasn't dead. But
Also, okay. We have a minute. I don't want him getting into anything.
so you don't want me to wake him?
You know,
He's fine for now.
perhaps for this next conversation, it might be helpful for him to be asleep. And let him rest a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I'm crazy.
Oh, did something happen
well-
beyond
What's new?
this?
I'm hearing voices in my head, you know? Do you guys hear voices in your head
You
occasionally?
know, at this point, I
Kinsley?
think
Oh,
we're
you're
pretty far
crazy.
the course.
Kinsley kind of like puts her ear out, like kind of lifts it a little bit, like you know how dogs' ears perk up.
Because hers are droopy.
Yeah, they're droopy, so
Like
they
a
just kind of like
basset
perk. I love them so much. No, I love them. But they gotta just kind of perk up a little bit. I'm trying to hear whatever it is Francisco is hearing.
I go over to Francisco, and I like go up to his ear, and I start like looking inside, like put my ear up next to his ear.
Pretty sure you're just crazy.
Didn't hear anything about like King of the Berserkers or nothing like that at all?
No, but honestly, at this point, with the amount of voices that just tend to be everywhere,
We
all
are
are-
surrounded by dead people wherever we go. So
Speaking
I'm gonna
of-
start looking around.
Speaking of dead people, I'm going to check out that grave for no reason. And I walk over to the cairn that I feel drawn to.
Because
You do that.
because I had just said I was gonna start like checking these things out. I'm gonna like follow him because
Okay.
that's a very specific direction.
Okay. So you guys walk over to the cairn that is calling to Francisco. Francisco and imra'lyr, as soon as you get close enough, without having to make a roll at all, you feel an overwhelming sense of magic coming from underneath these cairned stacked rocks.
Whoa, it's hot here.
I was going to say more like arcane, you know?
No, I mean it is hot as in there's a lot of magic. It's like
Oh, you were not talking of the
Ah.
weather. Okay, I am so very
Mm.
sorry. That makes much more sense. I was gonna say it's a little bit cold in Barovia, but
you know, it's always cloudy, so
yeah.
but yeah. Hey, someone with super magical abilities. This place is like so magical that I, as a only like ranger type of magical, can sense that it's like whoa magical. You want to come take a look?
We are asking for you, Kinsley, and me.
Oh,
Yeah, yes, you
Oh,
practitioners of
yeah.
magic.
I guess we'll come
Well,
take a look.
I know
mine's
it's not
more of-
quite arcane, but
Yeah.
Hey,
I can. I mean, I can try detecting.
yeah, Kinsley,
and-
if you want to go help them with that, I'm gonna
What
go
are you
take a
doing?
look. I happened to notice that there was something somewhat stone-shaped
The
and
stone!
shiny.
I run over to the stone.
Yeah,
Okay.
that. I go up to it with her.
Bye,
Okay.
Imra.
So, I detect magic
Okay.
on this spot.
So
Like that 2-year-old who can't pay attention to anything.
imra'lyr and
Attention
me,
span.
you guys run over to this rock and you approach where the tree blight once was. It is now dissipated. All that is left is a giant pile of ash that keeps blowing away in the wind as gusts of wind come back and forth through everything.
You know, all we are is dust in the wind.
You know, I really don't want to go out that way.
So you guys
We
approach
all
it.
end up going out that way eventually.
You
But
get
do set through
closer.
fire.
And you guys do see that this little rock is a little bit larger than a baseball. I mean, for your reference, obviously you guys don't know what a baseball is, but it's about yay big. And it looks to be in the shape of an acorn.
I kind of squat over it and try to like take a good look without touching it.
It's
I
just
take a piece.
glowing.
I take a piece of cloth, put it over it, and scoop it up without physically touching the stone.
Okay. You pick it up and nothing happens.
I wonder if this is one of these stones that the winery people lost.
That's the same thought I had.
I'm
I
also
think
wondering, do we give it back?
you know, imra'lyr, that is a very good point.
But what would we do with it? Grow really nice, juicy berries? Like,
Well-
I don't plan on being a farmer.
Well, let's think about it. How fast do these berries grow?
Maybe we should try it out. Here, bury it and plant a seed. Let's see what happens.
Okay. I take a scoop of dirt and I bury it in the ground. I don't have, do you have any seeds?
No. I'm gonna look around for something that could possibly
my
be a seed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Give me-
scientific
give,
method.
give me an investigation check.
Ooh, I rolled a natural 19. That is
Not bad.
Plus, I don't think I should have a plus to investigation. Let me double check. Yeah, that's a
Because-
19.
In your immediate vicinity, you guys are in an area where it is all dirt. There is a rock wall kind of encircling the big dirt area, and the cairns are kind of placed within that, or some of them are. Francisco is at one of them currently. And you do notice that following the trail to the south, you see foliage. Not foliage. You see branches kind of on the other side of the crested hill. And you imagine that there might be some seeds over there, but around you right now, no.
So nothing's like blown on the wind and carried or
No, the only thing that's getting blown in the wind right now is the ash, and there is nothing left of that tree.
Okay, sorry. I will go look over in that area. Is that in the direction Spit is?
Spit is kind of
The
in the
other side.
middle of everything right now.
Yeah,
Will
he was
I-
being
will-
pulled south by
will I-
Francisco.
Oh, right. Yeah, so he would be south. He's kind of at the mouth of the gate, or mouth of
Okay.
where the path starts going that
I'm
way.
just gonna kind of give him a little pat on the head as I pass him and go look for my seed.
So you start walking in that direction, and as you do, Francisco.
Being careful.
Okay, we're gonna go back to Francisco. You walk towards this cairn,
I detected magic.
and Kinsley
wait.
detected magic.
Yes.
Yeah, and you just sense an overwhelming amount of arcana. Not any specific kind.
Yeah, this is very magical. It's not.
What kind of magical?
It's not really giving anything off of a specific kind.
That's really weird.
Why don't
That
you?
seems to happen a lot here.
Yeah.
Why don't you try digging around the stones?
Or maybe you could just unbury whoever's buried there and maybe
Yeah.
ask him some questions. You can do that, can't you?
Francisco, think about like what did the voice say at all? Like you said it like there you heard a voice.
Oh yeah, what did it say?
Oh yeah, what did it say?
It talked about me becoming a king of the mountain. Maybe it wants me to fight bears. Something about berserkers. I don't know.
But
Maybe-
you're not the berserker.
Maybe he
I
was
know,
a king.
I'm confused. I will find out in a second. Give me like 10 seconds to find this cairn that I am going to open up and maybe talk to a dead man. I'll let you know like
Cool.
He likes the pretty meatheads.
Hold on, Francisco. I put my hand on his shoulder and I cast guidance on him.
you giving me advantage?
That gives you a D4 extra to roll on ability checks.
Okay.
On- One ability check of your choice.
Okay, cool.
So
Not
what are you doing,
saving throws.
Francisco?
Okay. I go up to this cairn that I am drawn to, my hair flowing in the wind since I'm in my changeling form, so it's long and gorgeous. And as I get closer, I tense up a little bit and I just kind of put my hand on the lid and I wait and listen, see if anything talks back to me as I rest my hand on it.
So with these, there is no lid. It is literally just stacked rocks.
On top of a rock den.
Okay, so you do the very top rock. You just kind of put your
Yeah.
hand on it.
I try and feel it with the force.
So you do that.
So you do that.
Yeah, you put your hand on there, and you feel magic energy coming up through the stones from under the ground and touching your palm. Just a magic energy, and it begins to try to pull your hand lightly downwards, as if indicating down below.
What do you feel, Francisco?
I feel like I need to go down. So I kneel down.
Like downward dog.
Sure, yeah. I get into downward dog.
Oh, some sun salutations.
Okay. I get into warrior pose.
That's not that sun salutation.
Oh,
Look,
no, oh, it's
Kinsley's
not-
just kind of watching him do this, like, what are you? What is
Cobra.
this?
Africa has some hippie fun friends.
Okay, I'll take lessons next time. I'm trying to be spiritual and figure this
I'll
out.
teach
Give me a
you
sec.
some things.
Okay, we can do that during our long rest.
So long.
I get that
Hey!
kind of disease.
Hey, you keep distracting me. Cállate. And so I kneel on the ground and I start kind of digging with my hands to see if I'm still feeling the pull downwards.
Okay. You start digging with your hands near the base of the cairn. And as you do, not very far down, maybe a foot, maybe foot and a half, you see a pole. You begin to dig around, and you see that it's a very long, like, shaft of something.
Maybe? Hold on.
But I want the stick.
Oh, I don't think I have anything. Oh, I don't have any of my detect anythings.
That's okay. I will detect it with my fists. And
Uh,
I grasp it around it and I pull it up.
Why
no.
it's a cursed
I know,
object.
that's what I was just thinking.
Francisco,
Wait.
you grab it and you pull upwards, and you look, and you see a beautiful, long, very indigenous looking spear. As you hold on to it and look at it, you see that another ghostly white hand is holding on to yours. Right in front of you is this giant visage of a man. Huge, with flowing dark hair, tattoos everywhere, not wearing a shirt, has short pants on type of thing, looks like a berserker. He has pure white eyes, and he, holding onto the spear, holding onto your hand, he says, I am Kavan. I was a ruthless chieftain, and my tribe lived in these Balanok mountains centuries before the arrival of Strahd von Zarovich. I was very much alive, but have, in my life, shared traits in common with the vampire. I slept during the day, hunted at night, and drank the blood of my prey. I lived underground. In battle, I wielded this spear, stained with blood. This is the very first blood spear. This weapon drains life from those it kills and transfers that life to its wielder, he who I have found worthy. It will imbue you with stamina to keep fighting. Take it with my blessing. His hand releases, and he disappears.
I really, really hope Francisco was making that face while he was.
That was
Because we're not seeing
100%
this, right?
canon.
Wait. Make the face again. Make the face again.
Francisco.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Is this Francisco's reaction or Trevor's reaction?
This is Trevor's reaction. Francisco's more like,
Holy
crap!
and
Freaking crap!
only Francisco saw that and heard it, right?
Yes.
So Kinsley's just sitting there watching him hold a spear, making a face, and I'm like, are you okay?
I turn around. I am Francisco Guadalupe del Valle, and I am the chieftain of the mountains. I am the berserker king that will kill Strahd von Zarovich.
Did you just scream that you'll...
Spoken of in legend.
Did you just yell about kissing Strahd?
No, killing him. Clean out your ears, hijo.
Oh.
I am kissing too.
Oh, no, killing with an L, not an S.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Hey, what happened to my ghost girlfriend? I don't, you know what? Never mind.
Oh, don't cheat on Agatha, you terrible man.
Yeah, how dare you
Yes,
cheat on
I must
Agatha?
never cheat on her. Yes.
Francisco.
And you guys are gonna wake up Spit. You're gonna wake up Spit.
It's too
wake up.
far away.
Francisco.
You know, he's kind of on the brink of death. I think it's going to be really hard to wake him up without...
I will say,
There.
originally I was not going to do this special event on Yester Hill. However, you used a very important item connected with this individual in the right spot.
Oh.
Dang, I'm good. Accidentally,
This
I'm
is
good.
the only reason you are getting this and have received the chieftain's blessing. Normally, I would not have given you this, but I will send this to you so you know. But it is a blood spear. Do you
curse.
guys know what? No, it's not. It's awesome. Do you guys know what a blood spear is?
Oh,
I know what a
Essentially,
spear is.
I am
I
reading
know.
it right now.
Yes.
I can kinda guess.
So
wonder
that's what
when
it sounds like.
when you hit with a melee attack using this magic spear and reduce the target to 0 hit points, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points. That is for every single creature you hit. So it stacks.
That is so cool.
That's
Any-
a stacking overheal. That
Any
is
creature,
insane.
but you have to kill it
That's
with
cool,
the
too.
spear. Any creature can wield the spear, but only the character chosen by Kavan can wield it or gains a +2 bonus to both their attack and their damage roll. It is a true +2 spear. If you have proficiency with it, then you can add your proficiency bonus to the attack roll.
I think you should be proficient in.
Spears,
He's a
yeah.
warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to add +2 to your attack, +2 to and plus your proficiency bonus to the damage. No, to the attack roll, not to the damage, to the attack roll. But you do get the +2 to damage and attack roll. Proficiency.
Is it
only.
a two-handed weapon?
It is
a
combat thrown versatile, so you can do one or two hand.
So that means
It
is
is-
the glaive two-handed?
The glaive is two-handed.
Yes.
Dang,
So
'cause
he
that
would
would
have-
have been really cool.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That would've been-
Here's the thing. It is dexterity based,
It is.
and
Spears are dexterity
I-
based.
I have maxed out my strength on my dexterity. However, I still get a +8 to hit with it. So
Yes,
well,
but-
that's still pretty
Really
good.
And think about it this way: you don't have to use your crossbow. You now have an amazing spear you can use
That's
for long
true,
distance.
You can throw it.
yeah.
Yes.
Now you just have to get someone to enchant it and make it a returning spear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we know a guy.
You
know
guys
ya.
know an enchanter. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Is it gonna be
Hey.
cheating?
No.
You're gonna be in debt,
Absolutely
buddy.
not.
Gonna have a side quest here.
Yeah,
Maybe
Francisco,
an
I
Inward
already
discount.
owe him.
Yeah, Francisco,
Yeah,
ready to sink in debt like Kinsley.
There we
Hey,
go.
unless now I guess Francisco doesn't have to keep the glaive, and I will keep the debt.
Yeah, I mean, you can now. You have your own magic weapon. You could have your sword in one hand and your spear in the other.
And I
give me
think
back my glaive.
it would actually be good if Kinsley had that option.
Yeah.
To have the glaive.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always holding my shield and my the staff because I can't use my shield if I have the glaive.
Right. It's too bad
But-
nobody else can.
But I
Put
mean,
it
if
in the
you
bag
if
of
you
holding.
if you have your shield on your back, that still
See,
counts as your AC.
That's
Some DMs are cool with that.
I allow that
some are
because
not.
Okay.
in
because
one
it doesn't
of our
super make
first
sense not to.
one of our
Really?
first episodes, I had goblins shooting at you guys, but they had a back, so their AC was high. So I'm gonna say that as
Can I have my shield equipped then?
your shield, if it's on your back, yeah, I'll say, but you can't use it to defend anything. Like you can't use it to block.
So
it'll
it
just
doesn't
give.
help.
It'll just help. It'll help your AC, but it won't help when if
It's
there's a
not
thing
like-
with your shield. Where you
Okay,
can
so
attack.
but I can. Okay,
can't
but like
shield
even
It's like
bash.
having an extra piece of armor.
Yes.
Right.
awesome. Okay, because this entire time I've had it unequipped, so my AC's been really low.
Oh, well, have it equipped. I'll
Yeah,
allow it.
Because it's
Wow.
different. Like if you're a paladin who is a protection paladin,
Yeah, you use
have
it
to
for
have it
protection. You
protected.
have to have it
I-
equipped
Next to you.
to.
For me, it just helps with my AC out.
but
Yeah.
yeah, in that case, I
case,
feel like
yeah,
So then
that's
I
fine.
that's a
could
good
I
rule.
could use my
Mhm.
the glaive.
Yeah, because
it
you
would
see
be no
all the
problem, too.
time. You see all the time in fights where like a knight or someone will have a
Mhm.
shield on their back, and then someone will swing on them, and they'll turn.
And they'll
their
turn.
back. Yeah, you
Mhm.
see that all the time.
Makes
so,
sense.
Why? Yeah.
I
Okay.
I like
It's logical. It's logical.
Yeah.
Right.
that. I like it.
Okay.
Thank you, Ghost Prototype.
Then I will take the glaive
Um,
back.
Okay. Well, I'll just do a little bit less damage. It's okay.
A little bit.
Well,
But I mean, with the +2,
with the +2, it does. My bonus is 1 less.
But think about the
But the stacks of healing.
overheal that
The
you
stacks
get,
of healing.
because
We can have an in-depth conversation about this
about the later.
afterwards.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
this
for
later.
And,
now-
well, yeah, and don't forget, someone else can wield it and still, if they kill someone with it, get the stuff, but they won't get a +2.
Get the bonus.
They won't get the
Mhm.
bonus.
Right.
So,
Right.
Francisco's the only one that's been blessed by Kavan. or given the blessing, like his blessing to
Honestly, with
be the king
Francisco,
of berserkers.
with Francisco being in the fray so much, this is good for him. It also saves Kinsley from using so many healing stuff. On
That's true.
Yeah, it is a pretty
Right.
convenient.
Yeah. I wish I
Right.
knew that this was gonna happen so I could put stuff in decks.
Hey,
Francisco,
we're going to level sooner or later.
give me a perception check, Francisco.
I like to think that all this time Imra's been doing that squat and just kind of waddling around looking for her
Looking for what?
her seeds.
Seeds.
Oh.
17.
Okay, that's good enough. Francisco, as Kavan dissipates and you're looking at the spear out of the corner of your eyes, down below at the base of the hill, all around, you can see the trees everywhere. And you see within the trees, some of the berserkers are looking out and have witnessed what just happened. The
Berserkers
ones-
from where?
Berserkers
before.
live in the forests of Barovia with the
And we've been
druids.
like yelling at each other this whole time.
But you see them down there. They see you holding the spear of Kavan. As they see this, their hands go over their hearts and they lean forward.
I raise the spear.
Oh, he's
above
gonna do
my
something
head.
dumb.
New army to
I just
recruit.
raise it. I just raise it above my head.
And Kinsley is still just watching this, like, what is he doing?
How's it going over there? Find out anything weird?
This spear is so freaking cool.
Oh yeah? Spears are fun.
Slowly, the berserkers retreat back into the trees.
New people to recruit.
Did I notice these berserkers?
Make a perception check if you guys want to have noticed them.
With my passive perception of 18, would I have seen it?
Yeah,
Seen
you
them?
would have seen. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's a natural
Oh.
19 plus 6.
Yeah, so you saw that.
So all
Wait,
this is happening,
wait.
kind of like, so how's it going, guys?
They're just all around
Girl.
Imra.
No,
Real
they're at the
quick.
bottom of the hill. You guys are all on top of the hill.
So like,
I still would have been
So I got a dirty 20. Do I notice them?
Yeah, you guys all notice.
So I'm just like kind of looking down the hill, my fingers in the dirt. I'm waddling around in a squat, yelling at the others. How's it going?
There's some people in the trees.
Okay.
Back to staring
Imra-
at this spot.
Yeah,
What are you doing over there?
it's an experiment. I need to find some seeds.
Going back to that,
Okay.
imra'lyr, you said you were going to be walking towards where the branches are that you saw.
Mhm.
So as you walk to the southern path, you start to crest over the hill, like, because the whole hill is kind of like a rounded thing. You guys are like at the very top, and it's like a rounded type thing.
Like a
So
shield.
yeah, exactly. So you start to go over, and as you walk to the south path, this giant tree starts being shown, like you start to see it as you crest over the very top. Let me see this. At the south end of the hilltop is a sickly copse, a grove of dead trees and shrubs with a huge misshapen tree at its core. Blood oozes like sap from its twisted trunk. Embedded in the tree is a shiny battle axe, beneath which lies a humanoid skeleton.
I think I found our evil tree.
Didn't we just kill an evil tree?
This one looks way worse.
It does.
I don't think
I'm
I'm
coming!
ready for
Ah.
worse.
No. I'm coming back. Did I? Do I see any seeds?
Everything around here kind of looks dead-ish. So
Oh,
no.
Not even with my 19.
I mean, you see. No, I mean this.
If it's not there, it's not there.
Yeah, this would be. This is all dead foliage, like dead stuff.
We're going to have to put a hold on our experiment. Everything over there is dead.
Just give me 8 hours. I'll take care of it.
Got it. So, Super Evil 3.
I
I
take the
don't
stone and
recall though if it's sentient and if we have to like fight it. If that is the
I'm
case,
not really up to fighting more.
what time is it?
I forget. You guys stayed the night. You went to the Martikovs. You went to the Wizard of Wines, and you left almost immediately. I'd say it's probably about 1, 2 in the afternoon.
It's too early for a long rest, for a night rest, for a sleep. So I mean, I think I don't know. Why don't we all go check it
I
out?
still have my detect magic up. I could get close.
I thought you
and
lost
see.
it with concentration.
No, I had locate object up during the fight. This is detect magic.
Got it.
Yeah, and I believe that lasts.
I mean, we could potentially poke around, make sure that it's not.
Yeah, this is for 10 minutes, so I can at least go up to it and see if it's emanating magics.
Right. If it's not going to attack us, that's great. We can poke around, do some investigating. But there is a possible chance with it being an evil tree.
Right.
I take the stone and I go over to Kinsley. I don't really
Wait. I grab it from him. Wait.
Well, okay, I was gonna tell her what it was. I just wanted to double check that it's
You're a
magical.
terrible person.
Because like if Kinsley finds out, then if it is what it is, she may confiscate it from us, which we don't want, and I'm aware of that. But
this
it'd be nice to double check.
Look.
To
Put it in my bag.
Okay.
I do detect magic within 30 feet of me, and it gives me everything. So does it like give me a ping that
that we hear?
If they got within 30 feet of you, yeah, you felt a ping over there.
Wait. imra'lyr, I have magic axe thing, or dawn thingy. I have magic items, so if she detects my magic,
have magic items.
Well, it gives me a ping for each.
I have it. I put it in my pocket.
Oh, wrap it. No,
yeah, it's wrapped in the cloth.
Kinsley is just kind of sitting here watching you two whisper to each other.
I just want to see if it could help us defeat Strahd. I don't necessarily want to keep it forever. I just don't necessarily want to give it to the Muddy Crabs right now.
Well, imra'lyr, the reason why I think that maybe you should, keep it is, I mean, it could be worth a lot of money. But besides that, depending on how fast it makes things grow, if you're in a long rest, you could always plant something in the ground, and by morning it would be done, depending on how quick it.
Yeah, but what would we use that for? Why would we need to grow something unless we're going to grow poison ivy in Strahd's castle and just make it itch really bad?
Well, okay. I'm not talking about like to defeat, Strahd. I'm talking about on your travels. Like, say you got a seed for.
Okay, me. I'm a little bit of
a nightshade.
I'm a little chaotic. I'm not like that. I don't steal.
Well, is it stealing if we're taking it from people who already stole it?
It actually belongs to someone.
Well, the person who it
and
technically
we know
actually belongs. Well, the person that technically actually owns it is way dead. A long time ago.
He passed it on to the Martikovs. And you know what? There might be a raven listening to us right now.
Also, can I hear all this with my 18 passive perception?
If
Sleight
they're
of
within
hand.
18 feet or within 30 feet of you and you felt the ping, then yeah, you probably.
I mean,
hear them.
Where are we?
we were over by where the dead tree was, the one
Yeah,
we killed,
so
and they're over by the stones.
So
how
how
far
far
is
is
that?
that?
Let me open. It's actually that is pretty far. I think that's actually like 100 feet.
Okay.
You can't hear anything. I look around for a raven.
That's a couple 100 feet. It's a
Okay.
big circle.
I'm looking for a raven.
I'd like to also look.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I won't even make you roll because the ravens are, now that the tree is dead and gone, the tree blight and the berserkers and druids are gone. There is ravens. You do see them.
Okay.
Does it look like they noticed?
I don't know.
Can I see him? Can I do like
we
an
insight
insight?
check
Oh
the
my
raven?
God.
You're gonna
Gosh.
incite a raven? Yeah, I guess.
We want to
Go
know if
for
they
it.
saw us.
We're walking towards them at this point.
Another natural 19. Go Doristan.
Insight. That's a.
Oh,
I have a +6 to my insight. 19, 20, 25 for my insight on a raven.
I got a 15.
You see that a raven drops onto the ground in front of you guys, and it goes, "Ah!"
What?
What are you talking
It starts going waddling over and starts pecking at the bag.
Hey.
Okay, I get it.
I get
it. We'll go.
You'll get it back.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
walk-
get
walking
That's
towards
nice.
the
Give it back,
south
we'll give it back.
where the tree is supposed to be.
See me?
Me
I told
detecting
you.
magic.
Okay.
I'm following.
Although,
back.
okay, if we were talking about me detecting magic, we weren't speaking 100 feet away, hundreds of feet
right.
away.
Well, that's before I kind of realized where you guys were.
We were yelling.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
think it was hundreds of feet away.
Yeah, I forgot how big the area is. It is hundreds of feet. Because I mean, think about it. You guys.
and we would have had to get.
You
It
had a
might have been that
battle
whole
with-
like maybe the acoustics were like really good, so we could still yell at each other.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
you
maybe
could
we
yell at
got
each other
closer,
from
then
hundreds
went
of feet
back.
away, that's fine.
Kinsley's walking towards the south where I'm supposed to be detecting magic.
Okay.
I did that forever ago, so I didn't waste the 10
See,
minutes.
I think that they would be okay if we could find a way to use it to, defeat Strahd. But
If
we're
we could
giving it
use
back.
it and give it back, yes.
Okay.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
I'm gonna start heading that way. I'm gonna kind of drag me behind you.
Okay. Your answer seems to appease the
away.
ravens, and they fly into the air. You guys start
got
walking
you.
to the south where you see the big dead tree. Kinsley, you have detect magic going, and you see that the embedded battle axe in the tree is giving a ping of magic.
But not the tree itself.
I mean, actually, yes, the tree itself is also emanating very dark magic.
Any specific kind.
No.
And what about the battle axe?
The battle axe, let me look at something real quick.
Anybody got that like spell that makes spectral hands come out and stuff so we don't actually have to touch?
Oh, you mean mage hand?
Yes, that one.
I do have that. I don't know if it's
hey.
wise to pull the axe out, though. It might be keeping the tree from animating.
That is a fair point.
It's just feels magical, Kinsley. When it comes to magical weapons, there's no real, like, it doesn't state whether it's a certain kind of magic. So you just know that the battle axe is magical in nature.
What about the tree?
Yeah, the tree is magic. It's emanating very
Okay.
dark
And it's not
Dark.
magic.
it's just dark.
Is it like
Just-
necromancy or
Yeah, I guess if I had to pick one, it would feel necrotic.
That's not bad.
Something may happen with the tree if we try to remove the axe.
What if we were very far away and then we remove the X?
Well,
So
we
would
don't want it to come to life if that is what will happen. We want to find the tome we are looking for.
Right.
Does everyone want to give me a nature check on the tree. Me, since you are a druid and you have become familiar with the dark type stuff, the dark plants and whatnot of Barovia, go ahead and do it with advantage.
Rolled a 7. Not an 8.
I don't think I need the advantage, but I'll do it again anyways. A nat 20 into a 19.
Nice.
Nice.
Me, you
And
know
also, I'd like to say real quick, that's a +1 to nature, so that's a nat 20, so 21, and a dirty 20.
There you go. Me, you know exactly what this thing is. During your studies with the druid back in the day, he did tell you about a certain tree in which he warned you about. There are not very many evil plants in the world. There are a few, but the worst of them all is known as the Gulthias tree. The Gulthias tree, let me pull up the description. So essentially what your druid master told you is that legends tell of a vampire named Gulthias, who worked terrible magic and raised up an abominable tower called Nightfang's Spire. Gulthias was undone when a hero plunged a wooden stake through his heart, but as the vampire was destroyed, his blood infused the stake with a dreadful power. In time, tendrils of new growth sprouted from the wood, growing into a sapling infused with the vampire's evil essence. It is said that a mad druid discovered the sapling, transplanting it to an underground grotto where it grew. From the Gulthias tree came the seeds from which the first blights were sown. Wherever a tree or plant is contaminated by a fragment of an evil mind or power, a Gulthias tree can rise to infest and corrupt the surrounding forest. Its evil spreads through root and soil to other plants, which perish or transform into blights. As those blights spread, they poison and uproot healthy plants, replacing them with brambles, toxic weeds, and others of their kind. In time, an infestation of blights can turn any land or forest into a place of corruption. So it is essentially, this
It's
is
the reason
where...
Barovia. This is why Barovia is messed up.
why it's hard for anything to grow, and why all the blights and everything are
Would
here.
I know if it is dangerous to be near?
Well, with a natural 20, you know that being near it is not necessarily dangerous. You just know it is extremely hard to destroy.
But it's destroyable.
It is.
Will
But-
it retaliate?
It is not sentient.
Okay.
So it cannot do anything. I mean,
Would I-
it's not like, it's just an evil tree.
Would I know anything about
infused.
how to destroy it?
Again, with a nat 20, you know that the only way to truly destroy it is to entirely uproot the stump. Entirely uproot the tree completely. Or, if someone knows the Hallow spell, they can cast Hallow, and within 3d10 days, it will die.
Kinsley
Druids?
doesn't have that yet.
Druids can learn the hallowed spell, can't they?
I think
Or
it's
is that warlock up?
It's cleric.
It's cleric.
Do you? Does me have move earth, perchance?
Ooh.
Move earth. I think that is one I can learn. So we can move earth.
It's a
There's
6th level
mold.
spell.
6th level?
You don't have a 6th
4th.
level.
I'm only at a 4th level.
Well, Kinsley, then I'm assuming
Uh,
me has told us about
ye-
the tree.
So, yeah, real quick. So, this tree isn't necessarily dangerous. However, it is the reason why Barovia is so
Sick.
sick, yeah. I think we gotta destroy this tree.
How do we do that?
Well, the two options are to either A, completely uproot it, so not a single root remains,
really big tree.
or if anyone knows the hallowed spell, after I think it was 3 to 7 days, it'll be destroyed.
I don't know that spell.
Neither do I.
Hannah
Well,
or Blair, when do you get 5th levels?
I don't know, man.
I don't
I level up and it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, there
Yes.
are ravens around us, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Oh yeah, ravens. Is one of you a Martikov, or you just?
I think they're all
Some of them are not. Some
They're
of them
not all
are just-
Martikovs. Not all ravens are Martikovs.
They're
thought it was-
racist.
They're not all related.
I thought this was a family thing.
hey guys,
I'm gonna roll a d20. If I roll above a 10, one of them is a Martikov. 5.
I don't get 5th level spell until 9th level.
you know, if you give me 8 after a rest, I can come and excavate here.
Not to
Pretty
take a
much on
really
my
long
own.
time.
Oh yeah.
While I still have this up, I'm gonna walk around the tree and see if I can sense the tome, or sense what
Guys.
magic other than the.
Because I could just use the cantrip mold earth, which would basically allow me to excavate around the roots.
Right.
That would take forever though.
Yeah.
Alright.
It is
Okay.
a cantrip. It's
It
not
is
like
a
you can.
cantrip.
So
I don't have to worry about spell slots.
You don't get any other ping
Magical
of
ping.
magic. Yeah.
Okay.
Francisco, if you'll do the honors of taking out the axe.
I'll like widen
When-
my. I'll just
one
walk
sec-
around with it going.
1 second, please.
Case.
Okay. One of you ravens, could you guys find? I think you can understand me. All right. Can you find a Martikov and bring them here? So because what we want to do is excavate this tree. No, if we have more hands, it'll be easier to dig it out. No, and the tree is the cause of like the land being terrible. So the Martikovs want better land. Getting rid of the tree would help them. It'd help us, and it could be good. So I don't know. Look for a Martikov. Bring them here. I don't know if you can do that.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. That seems reasonable.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Not 20, baby!
Nice.
Plus.
Hiya.
Awesome.
Hiya.
Man, you guys are getting lots of nat 20s tonight. What is up
Plus
with
know.
what
that?
though? What's your persuasion?
Oh, plus my persuasion.
Oh yeah, don't you have a minus in persuasion?
No, I have a
No.
+2 in persuasion, so it's
Oh,
a
okay.
22. It's my intimidation that's higher.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
why I
Fran-
like to turn into a hot lady and intimidate young men.
Oh, young.
Francisco is the intimidator. I'm the persuader.
That's right. Okay.
Got it.
So
With my
you see
plus
that one of
6.
these ravens goes, "Gah!" and it lifts off into the air and starts flying towards the Wizard of Wine's winery.
And whenever you say Wizard of, I think Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
We're all
Um,
see the wizard,
so-
the wonderful wizard or winery.
You said there is a skeleton under the axe.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
what's
the
it?
Ask
Is it
them.
wearing anything, or is it just
So-
like a skeleton?
so it is wearing tattered leather armor.
Okay, so probably doesn't have the tome within its armor.
Would
Would
we like
maybe
to
you
take
could
a
ask
short
them?
rest?
I would have to take a long rest in order to.
I would also.
For
I-
health, though, just in case
I
something
mean,
goes
I'm-
awful.
I can
A
say
short
that you
rest
guys have,
would be really
yeah, you
nice.
guys have been throughout this whole thing. You guys have been taking a short rest. I'll
Short
say.
resting. Okay,
Mm.
then I am willing to do.
I don't really need
I just
any more
ask because
help
I get
this
all
one, so-
my fighter abilities back with a short rest.
Oh,
I
that-
can't do any
Yeah.
damage.
That's not what I'm
last
supposed to
fight.
roll.
How long does it take to
reason why I don't
attune
use that
to
dice.
a magical item. Is that a long rest or is that a?
I believe it's a long rest.
Yeah, long rest. You'd have to sit
Okay.
and study it with a long rest.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing?
Counting my health, man.
Yep, same.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am going up to the axe because no one else has done that yet.
Well,
Okay.
I was waiting for that.
Well,
but I'll-
I'm calculating real quick.
And I'm
Hold
going
on.
to look at the axe. I'm
Okay.
not going to touch it yet. I'm going to look at its pretty design.
yeah,
or ugly design.
you look at this axe that is embedded into this tree, and you see that its handle is carved with leaves and vines, and the wet. Oh, I guess that's all you really see. Yeah, you
Okay.
see that it is embedded, or it is carved with leaves and vines.
I like this. Too bad I probably can't use it.
Yeah, too bad.
Um.
Bad. Can
So
I touch
the
it?
tree is not sentient.
No, it is
Right.
not. It's just an
Okay.
evil tree. Something about a
Then,
vampire. And
I'm
complicated
going to start
history.
looking around, see if I can find anything.
I want to touch the axe?
Don't touch it, man. You just touched the spear.
I'll poke it. I'll poke it, then he.
It
can
doesn't
grab-
feel like cursed, right?
No, it just feels
Okay.
magical.
Okay.
I touch.
I don't
it
think there's
first.
anything wrong with taking it out.
I
just
I
can't
take it then.
Yeah,
Tell
I'm
you what
the-
it does.
I'm the guinea pig. I touch it, and then after that, I let Francisco take it.
Okay, Francisco, you are able to pull this axe from the side of the tree, and as you do, you see that blood begins to ooze like sap out of the side of the tree.
That's normal.
Holding, yeah, actually for a Golthias tree, because it's vampiric blood that's inside
Mhm.
of it instead of sap.
Don't touch it though.
Noted.
You see
It's pretty much blood.
Francisco holding this battle axe. You feel that it weighs about half as much as a normal battle axe.
I hold the battle axe in one hand and the spear in one hand, and I see if I can fight normally.
With it weighing half as much, yeah.
Can I see it?
I hand it to me.
You're essentially a Fury talent warrior from World of Warcraft. Two-handed weapons, dual wield.
You gotta take the
Oh,
dual feat if you want to
gosh.
be able to use it, though. Do you have dual?
Well, he can still
Um,
use it. He just
Right, but
has-
he
I have to
won't
use
get
a
the-
Well, it
bonus
has to be-
action.
yeah.
No, it has to be in your main hand can be whatever you're good with, and then the other hand, the offhand has to be simple unless you have the dual feature.
Right, and this is
The
not.
blood spear is simple.
Oh.
Mm.
There you go. Well, but the
Okay.
yeah, and I guess technically, normally a battle axe would be two-handed because of its weight. But because this weighs half as much,
I mean, what does it say on the
So,
thing though?
I'm pretty sure, though, that if you're not a dual wielder, then you can't add your proficiency
No.
bonus.
Yeah, you can't
Or
add your
offhand
You
proficient
can
weapon.
do
weapon.
two-weapon
Right.
fighting.
Right.
Right.
right?
Does
So
okay when
essentially, to
I
be effective in what you want to do, Francisco, it is suggested you take the
Yes.
two-handed
Dual wielding.
weapon. Yeah.
Right. But hey, it's an option.
it is.
Just
Anyway.
and you guys know it's magical, but you don't know what it does yet. So it will
Right,
take
right.
attunement.
Looking at the battle axe, can I get the finish of that description? Also, is it do I feel like I'm dying as I'm holding it, like I probably normally would with the battle axe?
It's so heavy.
It still feels heavy to you, me. Because you don't normally have the strength to wield something like that. But it doesn't feel impossible. You would probably be able to wield it, but you would have to use a strength modifier, which you don't have. So
I wasn't really planning on using this, but I was curious about it.
yeah, so
Already-
you could
already have-
realistically wield it. But
Yeah. wouldn't benefit any of us really at all. So for me to be wielding it, so Francisco would be the better option.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly interested in the design because it, has leaves.
It's
and stuff.
naturey.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the tome.
Yes, I'm going to, I don't know, dig around, I guess.
Didn't they say something about ravens?
Raven's helping.
Yes.
That was a thing. Hey, Raven!
Me? Do you want to try to get their attention and ask
Oh,
them to help us?
Trevor, I was supposed to remind you to incite the ghost guy.
The what? The ghost guy?
Oh, you were supposed to insight check him. I forgot to tell you. I read it in my notes and didn't look. It's fine. It all turned out fine.
It turned out fine. It turned out okay.
It's cool. It's cool.
The best way I could grab their attention would be to turn into a raven because I can't currently. Wait, hold on.
It said the
No, that's right.
ravens help look for the treasure in the tree.
That's right. I do have to speak with animals. It was the other
Well,
thing.
I mean, but they're they're actually humans. You don't need to.
It's mostly because of your persuasion.
I guess that's true.
You're just better at talking than I am, and
Hey,
I even have a hard time talking to you guys sometimes.
I give
So-
Kinsley a little pat on the shoulder.
so
Nudging up a little bit.
we're asking for the ravens to help us find the tome.
Yes. That is what our magical card thing said when we met awful lady who brought us here.
I'm assuming that I see a raven nearby.
Yeah, you see
They're all
ravens.
over.
They're all over, yeah. They're all over back now that the tree blight is dead.
Excuse me, ravens. We are adventurers who have been sent here to oppose Strahd, and I know we're all on the same side. We are currently looking for the tome, and one of our leads says that the ravens will guide us to the tome. Can you guide us?
It said that you could help us find the treasure within the evil tree to kill Strahd with.
Yes, find the treasure within the evil tree.
Well, I don't know if it's in the evil tree. It's just around here somewhere.
Well, if we're taking it literally, within the tree, that is
It
evil.
didn't actually
Liter-
say within the tree. I was
Did it?
being poetic.
Ravens, if you could just help us out with this. We're a little...
Yeah, I lean over to Francisco. Maybe one of us should have done it. They talk
Look.
a lot.
So it's your thing specifically says an evil tree grows atop a hill of graves where the ancient dead sleep. The ravens can help you find it. Look for the treasure there.
Oh, okay. The ravens were trying to help us find the tree.
No, find the
Yester Hill.
treasure.
An evil
Mine,
tree grows atop a hill of graves where the ancient dead sleep. The ravens can help you find it.
Find it.
Look for the treasure there.
Look for the
The
treasure
hill,
there.
the
Not
tree.
the ravens
Okay.
will help you find the treasure.
My
wrote it
bad.
down
Never mind,
wrong.
I wrote it
ravens.
down wrong too.
Yeah.
I
But they
mean,
can still
if you
potentially-
can, ravens, if you can keep an eye out for treasure here.
Anyway, I start looking around.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
What if the axe is the treasure?
Oh
I
boy.
think it's a tome. The
Oh.
book is around here somewhere, isn't it?
Hey, Francisco, do you want to just take this axe and start swinging at that tree? We'll look around.
I guess I can start chopping at the roots.
Just try not to get any of the vampiric blood that spills from the tree in your mouth or orifices or anything. like that.
Okay.
That'd be gross.
So we have the holy symbol and the enemy. We were looking for the tome and the weapon, right?
Correct.
The
Those are last
weapon-
two
So what if
things.
the
Is
Battle
the sword.
axe.
No, it's a sword.
it's a
Yeah,
sword?
the weapon
Okay.
is a sword.
Okay, so everyone give me investigation checks who are looking around the tree. Francisco, if you're going to swing your axe at the tree, give me an attack.
Well, I'm not any help.
I rolled bad.
What?
Let's try.
I got a
That's-
natural
Oh, I
1.
should have.
18 to hit the tree.
You hit.
Okay.
should have
let's see,
rolled
that's a
Merlin.
D10.
I'm way too busy watching Francisco doing this to actually
I
be
did not
helpful
roll good on
searching.
that.
I'm
That's
still
7
preoccupied
points of
trying to find
damage.
seeds so I'm not very helpful.
Okay, so real quick, because everyone's talking at once. Kinsley, what'd you get for investigation?
21.
Everyone else rolled poorly. Okay.
I got a nat one.
4.
And Francisco, what are you using to hit the tree with?
I am hitting it with the battle axe.
Okay, so make sure you're using whatever pluses come with a battle axe.
Yes.
Well, doesn't he have to be attuned to it for it to
Not to
actually
use it.
Not
It's
to
just
use
use
it.
yeah.
But
For
to,
the magical
to use the
properties.
magical properties, yeah. So you hit it. What did you do damage?
7 points of damage.
Okay. You
Drag-
nick into it a bit. So Kinsley, you, as Francisco is doing this, you, imra'lyr, and me begin looking around the tree, and Kinsley thinks to move the body aside and begins to look within the roots where the body was. And she sees deep within the roots is a box.
I found a box.
I stop swinging.
Uh,
Mid swing, I go, whoa, okay.
It's within these roots. Can you do something to?
You know what? I got this. I'm a
could
mage
do
hand.
druid
I
craft,
mage
but,
hand and I
that
grab
works.
it.
Okay, yeah. It's not a heavy box, so imra'lyr's mage hand goes in between the roots and is able to grab the box and pull it out. You see that it is a dusty, musty, old wooden box, and there's no latch or anything on it. It's just closed.
It's crusty.
Anybody want to check for like
Traps?
Yeah,
poison
I'll
darts,
do that.
foggy
Yeah.
yeah. breath? I don't know, something that would hurt that.
13.
13. You're searching for traps in the box. You don't
Yes.
see
Yeah.
anything.
I
So
think
there's
that's
no
fine.
opening in the box?
I will still open it with my mage hand, make sure everybody's fine.
Yeah, let's open it up.
Okay.
Oh, but Imra, it's fine. I checked.
Just in case.
Just in case. Who knows if the
Totally,
thing...
totally trust you.
There
but-
may be no traps, but what's inside could still be dangerous.
Exactly.
I guess that's
I've
true.
learned my lesson after going through the temple.
Okay, so imra'lyr's mage hand reaches out and opens, and you guys see a puff of smoke kind of comes out and rolls out the sides.
Well, do you think that was dangerous?
I don't
I
know.
don't care to find out. Unless
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Francisco-
mage
I
hand is
take-
kind of gonna go.
It all just kind of dissipates.
I cast friends on the smoke. Is it friendly now?
No effect.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to take the book out with mage hand.
So your hand goes inside and it does pull out a book. A leather-bound book with metal straps on the cover, around the spine, and on the back. And it does have a clasp that would have kept it closed. However, the clasp's lock has rusted away and is broken. This tome looks very old and very worn.
You know if this tome is the kind of tome that makes you go a little crazy?
It could be.
But I didn't get I didn't get any ping off of it when I detected magic, did I?
Nope.
It didn't seem magical.
Is this the tome
Which
that that wizard
means
was looking
I
for?
don't think that it's cursed either. I feel like that would give it a magical ping.
Probably.
Oh.
Who wants to read it?
Oh, I would love to
No.
read it. Why not?
Francisco,
You
your
never
soul
finish
is
what you're reading anyway.
your soul is also in
Hey.
danger.
I feel like if there's anything evil about it, bad about it, I have the best defense from
That's true.
Well,
it.
hold
you have
on.
the strongest brain power.
I have advantage against being charmed, and magic can't put me to sleep. I thought it was answer magical career. What does your wisdom save?
I mean, I can just be a guinea pig.
What is your wisdom save? Tell me.
+6.
It's good.
+0.
No.
Okay. So I think that, yeah, maybe Kinsley should be reading it.
And I feel like
Kinsley's probably the safest choice.
Just in case.
yeah.
There's probably nothing wonky with it, but in the case that there is, the one with the most sound mind should probably read it. And let's be honest, Kinsley has the most sound mind.
What are you talking about? I am a mental fortress.
So I will.
Yeah.
Is there a
Past
name on the
experiences of
cover of the
that.
book? Is there any title?
Nope. All you see, let me do something.
I'm like-
real quick.
Brushing away the dust that's probably built up on it and the rust from the.
I'm checking it for traps again, just in case.
Oops, hope I didn't just screw things up. No, so all you see, I will read this little description. You see the book is bound in a thick leather cover with steel hinges and fastenings. And like I said, the fastenings have kind of rusted off. There's no title on the outside. There is a crest on the front. And the crest, it doesn't give a description of it, but it seems to be a shield with angel wings.
Ooh. I will open. The
I real
book.
quick, I just rolled.
Okay, yeah, you did say.
Check for any like wonky traps or something fishy on the book itself.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, you don't find anything.
Wait. So make sure it is safe. I punch the book.
I grab him. I grab him. Not the pin. No.
Make because this is important. Imra, make a dex check against Francisco's I guess strength check.
I'm gonna kill you.
Sorry, I was joking.
Nope, you can't say anything in joking.
While they're doing these shenanigans, me is just grabbing the box.
Is it a dex save or a dex check?
Dex let's do saves.
Is it my save against her save?
Yes, we're gonna do that.
Oh, it's
Okay.
probably not gonna help then. I rolled a 2 plus a 7.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, thank goodness. So
Go imra'lyr.
Imra'lyr,
these things.
Imra'lyr is able to snatch the book away from Francisco before he punches, and his fist smashes into the ground. And Francisco, your hand. Ah!
You
No.
idiot! Look at
This
this.
is old.
fragile. You could have turned it into dust.
I am sorry. I
Yeah.
wasn't joking.
I'll put my hands out to Imra,
Very carefully set it into her hands.
Okay.
and I will open the book.
Okay, you open the book and you see that the pages of parchment, the pages are made of parchment. And for those who don't know, I learned this recently, parchment is made from animal skin.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
kind of
interesting.
gross.
And
Huh.
there's only one place left in the US that still manufactures parchment.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they still do, but they do. Anyway,
I mean, we do eat animal skin.
Yeah,
when
that's
we,
true.
like,
Yeah.
chicken.
Libraries need them.
okay, so the pages are of parchment and very brittle. So if Francisco's hand connected, it would have shattered the pages.
We are so
You are
lucky.
You are
So
so
lucky.
very lucky. So most of the book seems to be written in a curious shorthand. Stains and age have made most of the work illegible.
Illegible.
Illegible. Thank you. Why couldn't I not say that word? Illegible.
That happens to me all the time.
It's
Same.
weird. I wanted to say illegible and go illegible, like multiple, but just illegible.
Anemones.
Okay. However, several paragraphs remain intact and are readable. Do you want to read this?
I mean, yeah, that's the whole point.
Guidance. I'm kidding. I don't have that spell.
So I will read it to you. And if you guys want this information, I will send it to you later. But this is what it says. I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior. I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god, but the war years and the killing years wore down my soul, as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of a God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty, who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder, and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed, the date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I knew her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead, and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me.
That was disturbing. So it's a man blaming everybody else for his awfulness.
So there's like two
Strahd.
vampires?
No, this is about Strahd.
I'm pretty sure she's right.
I don't
We
know,
need-
Strahd? I mean, well...
This is the tome of Strahd. Like,
Oh, it's a
You
you
Tome of
guys
Strahd.
found his tome.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
stumbled upon his diary, and now we know his deepest, darkest secrets, and he's gross.
Yeah.
I hate these kind of men.
Well, crap. Let's go find this freaking sword then.
Yes, that would be the next step.
Perhaps,
Especially if we cannot harness the light, the sunlight.
perhaps we need to make some stakes.
Oh, to hold him in place so he can't do anything. That would be good.
I still don't
Well, I
understand.
could get cooking.
Um, so
Me-
Francisco, how
Face plants.
would Metia, because I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. How would the steak, a delicious succulent steak, keep Strahd from moving around?
Have you ever had carne asada?
I have not.
Oh, okay. It is so enrapturing, okay? It possesses one to feed incessantly, and you cannot leave the table. So, carne asada, by logic, should keep them in place while we do what we need to do.
But wouldn't then we would all be bound to the same law?
Oh, that is the difficult
And-
thing.
Considering vampires, survive off of blood, I don't think that's the kind of steak that he is speaking
Oh,
of.
it's
We-
totally
we-
that kind.
We season it and don't cook it. We just
I'm going
season
to,
it.
I'm going to walk around and find a stick or something that looks kind of like a steak. Like, kill a vampire sort of steak.
You know,
Okay. There's
Kinsley,
lots of dead
imra'lyr.
sticks everywhere.
I
You
find
know
one
what
that
I-
kind of has that cone shape.
Okay.
You know what
And-
I've never understood? Why is it a steak has such powerful properties against a vampire?
It's the type of wood. I am proficient in all things undead. I don't know if there's any as a writer, because I've researched this, sort of
Um,
know.
I don't know, so I will just, because it is Imra'lyr's favorite enemy or whatever, you can know why the wood is.
So there are different types of wood that have properties that are effective against vampires. Ash is one of them. I forget the other. But if we find wood and create stakes like this, and I wave it in front of Francisco's face,
That's a steak, Francisco.
a wooden stake, that is what we are going to maybe use to keep him from moving around.
Do you mean to say stick?
Stake.
I am very confused. I don't
As in
know.
a stake you use to ground a tent.
Imra'lyr.
You mean like a nail, but made of wood.
Okay.
Kind of.
Close
I
enough.
Anyway,
What
Are
if
we-
we made steaks out of the evil tree?
Well, it's a vampire tree, so I don't know if it would be effective. Well,
I mean,
I
like,
don't know if anybody's gone in this
my lo-
direction with stakes.
my logic is that vampire versus vampire would be more effective. It's like how werewolves, they don't take any damage unless the weapons are silvered, or it's versus another werewolf. And so by that same logic, vampire tree, which originated from a vampire, would be a more potent stake than a normal
It's a
stake.
theory we could truly and most definitely test. I'd like to have some ash or something similar to, or the other one. I'll have to go through my notes because I don't remember what the other one is. But some
go-
out of those.
I go to the evil tree and I find like a branch I can snap off,
Okay.
and I like break it to where it's not like too big, like maybe like this much or whatever, and I like wrap it in a cloth that I have because I have lots of clothing.
So this tree is rather large. Give me a strength check to see if you can actually break a branch off, or if you can even find one that's small enough.
I mean, worst case, I just have Francisco use his axe. That's 12.
Probably not.
Francisco, can you cut this, please?
With your new
like,
shiny axe.
Sure, I can do. I can take a swing at it.
I'm straight up dangling off of it.
That's an 18 to hit the
That
branch. Okay, and then we are going to roll damage. Wow, I rolled terribly. But it is okay. I'm very strong, but apparently not strong enough. 6 points of damage.
You hit it?
Wait. I can re-roll ones because it is a 2
Mm.
weapon.
Oh, yeah.
9.
Okay, yeah, so you're able to just barely slice through it.
Okay.
All
Very
right.
cool.
What was this tree called again, DM?
The Golthias tree.
Golthias tree.
Mm-hmm.
The big
Gol-
gold tree.
I don't know how to spell it, so I'm guessing.
Thias. Gulthias. Golthias.
Repeat that.
Gulthias.
Okay. Golthias tree branch. Yes. All right. Well,
Okay, you now have a branch.
Mhm.
It is at this moment we are going to go ahead and take a break.
all right.
So, everyone watching at home, I hope you are enjoying the episode so far. We are going to take a 10-minute break. It is 7:25 now, so we will be back at 7:35, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, we are back. So, you guys are on top of Yester Hill over by the Golthias tree. You have found the Tome of Strahd. And as you guys are reading through it, you hear voices coming through, down the path towards you guys. The voices get louder and they
I
sound,
tell who it
Can-
is.
they
Yeah, can we
sound
tell?
familiar. It sounds like
right.
the,
Somebody requested.
it sounds like the Mardikov
buddies.
family are making their way towards you guys.
Away.
You
Making my
guys,
way
to
down
Yester
to an
Hill.
evil tree.
Yeah.
so you see that the Mardikovs come over the hill and start making their way down the path towards you guys. The little children are with them. They are in tow. And the elder Mardikov comes up and he's like, "Oh, what is it? You guys wanted us to come all the way out here? What did you want to show us?"
This tree needs to
Behold,
die.
the tree that is the bane of your business.
Yeah, the moment I spotted this tree, I remembered that this is actually the tree at a Gothias tree, which is why Barovia can't grow nothing. We uproot this piece of crap, then you guys can grow things again.
It may not be the most succulent and wonderful what you are used to, but you'll be able to grow some.
Yeah.
Start over. But we
Well,
have to
Wine
like
will be able to be a thing again.
Well, this is interesting to say the least. This thing is huge.
and pure
Let's take-
evil.
It would take a lot of work.
But
Yeah.
it
But
will
it'll
stop.
be worth it.
It will potentially, my understanding, it would stop the blight problems.
I
the blights
believe blights do
come-
originate from it, yes. Or it causes blights to appear.
The land will be healthy.
Yeah.
Is that
It
be
And
is
very
I
good?
can I can
Option
also
for you. We're a little busy, but we wanted to bring it to your attention.
and with the blight gone, I can actually I could more likely enrich the land if given the time to speed up the process as well. So this is something that should be done as soon as you can.
Well, why don't we just chop it down? I mean, wasn't
You
wasn't
have
it
that
to get
clear?
the whole thing out.
If
Like-
the roots are still there, it can still infect everything around it. It does not need to necessarily be alive. It can still corrupt things and cause a new one to grow in its place.
Well,
It
that's-
has to be uprooted completely.
Also
That
seems
is-
to be very strong.
That is going to take a lot of excavation if we have to take out the roots and everything. I mean, have you
I mean,
seen
right,
tree
but-
roots?
It may not
Yeah.
happen.
Well, here's the
right
thing.
away.
I mean, do you have anything else to do?
That is true.
It is an option. We didn't have to bring it to your attention. It is totally up to you. But since
You
we
won't
are
be-
trying to kill a vampire, we don't have the time to do it for you.
You also won't be doing a service for just yourself, but the whole of Barovia. Everyone.
That's
Well,
true too.
we've always kind of known that this tree was back here. We did not know it was evil. We did not know it was doing these things. So I guess we will have to take the time to try to uproot it, see what we can do with it. You see,
Make sure
Davian.
nothing remains.
Yes, of course. You see, Davian turns to his eldest son, Adrian, and his other son, Elvir. It's like, boys, it looks like we have some work ahead of us. If we ever want to actually have our vineyard back, or at least maybe a part of it, this might be a good place to start. Forgive me for not believing entirely that this will be the cure to the land. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of other things we have to take care of. This is just one of the many.
This is
But it
one of
should
the
help.
biggest problems, yes. It may not enrich the land and make things all sparkly and beautiful right away. Of course, these things take time, but it'll get rid of the poison. And that's
Yes.
the beginning.
well, in the meantime, we will, I guess, start to excavate this. You haven't run into any of our stone power stones yet, have you? Any of those? Anything?
We're not sure.
We don't know if we have come across it. We're not entirely sure if we come across anything that could be that yet or not.
But
But
you've,
We're still
Did
figuring.
you find something?
yeah, it sounds like you have found something, but you said you are not sure. What did you find?
Come on, I found the spear thing. You guys were looking other place.
I
What
was
did you
looking-
find?
I was
Well-
looking for seeds.
As he's asking
We
you,
found
the crow
a-
that you
uh,
told you would give back the stone to the Mardikov family flies over and starts pecking at the bag.
We made a deal, you little fart.
you little jerk.
What's in the bag, guys? Come on, show what is in there.
Francisco.
Yeah. Don't shush me. I shush you. Shush.
Look.
Look what? Look where?
We found in the center of this big tree we killed, we think we found potentially the seed of a magical tree.
We're not sure. We want to make sure it's whatever it is, it's safe.
Have you ever
Well,
seen the
And
magical
potentially
stone?
useful for us to kill Strahd. Maybe.
I am familiar with what the power of these seeds feels like. So,
Would you be able to tell if it would have any way to help us defeat Strahd?
it is a gift of creation. It is
Could it create an ash tree overnight? Or a bunch
it-
of poison ivy?
Can it create anything other than grapes?
I am not sure. What I know is that these magical stones were created to help the earth grow, help what is in the ground to grow, and the wizard who created them had something in mind when he created them. He buried them in the ground, and all the different vineyard things came. So I imagine that they are specific for what they do. I do not imagine they will work just to make anything grow.
If we were to find one of these stones, would you be willing to let me experiment with it, especially after this tree is removed and growth will be much better?
You two are being very difficult right now. If you found something, give that man his freaking thing.
I'm going to give him a freaking thing when we find his freaking thing.
Yeah,
If
when
you
we find
found
it.
something, show us. I'm tired of the beating around the Pikachu.
What is a Pikachu?
I don't
There's
know.
a Pikachu.
I couldn't think of a different word.
Is it because this one right here?
I mean, I did have the glance over at your screen.
I don't think the two of you truly understand how important it is that we get these stones back. If you have
We've
something,
heard the
I
story, and I
beg
have a
you.
little bit of trepidation.
You do realize that my family does not charge a penny to any of the places we send our wine to. You know that, don't you? This is a service we do for
I
Barovia.
understand, but I have a real issue with people relying on something material like this for their happiness. And I know I've heard your argument.
Then
It
there's
does not
nothing-
change my mind.
My only condition is if we were to have found any of these things is for me to be able to experiment with it, even if that is just on the property in which it's placed. My thing would just be able to experiment with it.
Two things. Your feelings, your personal feelings on how you feel about certain things and what people rely on means nothing to any of the people that do rely on it. Just because you feel that it does not help
It's
people,
wrong.
it does not matter. It does not matter whether it is wrong or whether it is right. It helps people, and that is what matters. And as for you, little one, if you have something, I will allow you to experiment with it as long as it does not jeopardize the stones. But it needs to be back on the Wizard of Wine's property so that we can make sure that nothing happens. Thank you for telling us about the trees. We will do what we can to rid Barovia of it so that the land can begin to heal. I imagine that it will help. I imagine it will still take some time for Barovia to feel the effects and see the effects in our crops. The stones would be something more instantaneous that would help. And, to your point, he looks over at imra'lyr. We could use these stones to help people for now. And then when the land has healed and we can grow proper crops, then maybe the stones won't have any use anymore. Maybe the wine will not need to be made. Maybe the Wizard of Wines will become the Wizard of Corn. I don't know. What I do know is that there are some things that can help now. And that is our goal in life. My family, not the Keepers of the Feather, their goal is to protect and to try to get rid of Strahd. And it's part of our deal too. But my family strives to provide for the people of Barovia, to help them in the darkness.
You are providing them a crutch they cannot get rid of in a time where they should be relying on each other. I'm not going to tell you what to do, and I don't want to argue about it anymore.
You just want to have the last word.
No. I have my beliefs, and what I believe is that when you are in darkness, you need to rely on things that do not impair you and do not change you. You need to rely on your own heart, your own spirit, and the people that you love.
A lot of people in Barovia don't have their own spirit. They don't even have a soul.
Then the wine is doing nothing for them. There was a man who all he did was drink. He was supposed to be one who didn't have a spirit. And what did he do? He was so impaired, he started drowning a little girl. You cannot change my mind, and you never will. Do what you want. But that is not something to rely on ever.
Beaten and pass, and I have nothing else to say. I still beg you to recover the stones and bring them back to me. He turns. He takes his family. Oh, by the way, here are your children. They have been fed. They have been taken care of as we promised. He turns and the Mardikovs leave.
As they're walking away, I just give a light smack to the back of imra'lyr's head.
I punch him in the stomach.
I dodge it. I try to grab her hand.
Okay.
What
I
did I
scoot over
miss?
to I scoot
You
over
missed
to
a lot.
Kinsley.
I'm sorry, I had a baby emergency.
That's okay. I mean, neither one of you said you dodge, so you both hit each other.
I mean, I want to grab her hand as she's trying to punch me.
Okay, yeah, so try to grab her hand. So both of you make opposed dexterity checks.
Oh, dexterity checks.
I
Okay.
I
rolled
scoot
really
over to
bad.
Kinsley and just watch.
I got a 15.
Got a 9.
Okay, Francisco, you grab her before she hits you.
Mira. I know you are frustrated with the man, and I understand your whole perspective, but really, we are holding on to their property. That is what bothers me. I understand you have your whole thing, and I've heard it like a billion times. But the problem is, what we have in, or what I am assuming you have in your possession is not yours to possess. And that, it bothers me. That's all I
I'm
want
not
to say.
arguing that point, and I'm not intending to keep it from them.
Then why won't you give it back?
I'm not the one holding it.
Who has?
Oh, and I walk away.
Look at me. Not on myself.
I'll go over to wherever we've set Spit.
Okay. Spit's kind of lying unconscious. We'll say that you guys picked him up from over on the other battlefield and kind of brought him over with you. So he's just laying on the ground nearby somewhere, and you walk over to him.
We're gonna just stand there, wait for everybody to wrap up whatever they're doing at this point.
You guys also do have the two small Kresk children with you.
Right. I probably took them with me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going?
We're going to a fun little town that I've never been to.
Ooh,
I think it's where you're from. Are you from? You said you were from Kresk, right?
we are going to Kresk.
We're going on an adventure to Kresk.
Yeah, there'll be tons of fun, exciting,
Oh,
and
you get
We're
back here.
going to kill the undead and rats,
Yeah.
and you're going to become heroes.
But there's no undead in Kresk. I mean,
By
there.
the
Why
way,
do you
to
want to fight
Kresk.
undead?
I mean, it's better than dying and having your corpse dug up from the ground and stolen like other people.
You are probably safest in Kresk. They don't do that there, yeah?
That is where they do that.
I was gonna say that was a very, very specific thing that they were mentioning.
That is where they do that.
I don't know
when-
where else they would have
Uh,
seen that.
Second.
little boy.
Can you explain what
This is
that?
a little girl. This
A
is
little girl.
When this lately, women die and they get buried, and then something happens in the night, and the graves are then empty.
So, do you know if it's somebody in Kresk doing it, or is it like Strahd, or...
I don't know. My nobody tells the children very much stuff. I just know that when lots of people die, and then when they get buried, the women get unburied. It used to be both women and men, but lately it's just been women.
That's creepy. You'll be okay though. You're still a little girl. They don't do that to little girls, do they?
I know that the burgomaster's little son has died recently.
Did he disappear from his grave?
I don't know. He just died before we left a few days ago when we got abducted.
Oh,
Do you have? You said you had family in Kresk you wanted to return to. I mean, that's why you didn't stay with the werewolves, yes?
I mean, we wanted to go with you.
With us?
We didn't want to stay with the scary werewolves, and we could go back to Kreska now where it's really safe. We just felt safe with the Night Mother.
Mm. Oh. Oh. That did happen, didn't it?
oh yeah.
I forgot that. So here's the thing. Oh no, do I tell them? I do the others. Okay, I do this so that the kids don't hear me.
Yeah, I was fighting a thing. I have no idea.
So, okay, while you were all upstairs, I freed the children from their cages, yes? But I was invisible. And then I wasn't invisible. And I was kind of by the statue of the Night Mother. And they think I'm her. I'm a god, hey! Do I tell them I'm not a god?
I am an idiot. Okay, I am an idiot. Let me emphasize this de nuevo. I am an idiot. But
I didn't tell them I was the Night Mother. They came to that conclusion on their own. And I don't know what to say.
That's
It's not my fault.
that's
I was just
beautiful.
trying to free the children.
I turn
Emra'lyr.
towards the children. Okay,
I don't know
children.
what to do.
Okay.
I don't look like a holy Night Mother. I'm like a Scott pirate or something.
Hey,
Imre,
I'm bold.
One second, imra'lyr.
Okay.
Children. And I point to imra'lyr. Who do you think she is?
She said she was the Night Mother.
She said she was the Night Mother.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
We heard when we were saved from the cages, we heard someone speaking, and we said Night Mother, and she started speaking more, and so she's the Night Mother.
all right.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, children. Okay. So she is more like a servant of the Night Mother, kind of does the will of the Night Mother. Does that make sense? Like a champion or someone who like a servant priestess kind of thing, you know?
but
if
she
that makes
really
sense?
likes to think of herself like the Night Mother. She strives to be like her.
Exactly. She tries to be
I'm
like her and
looking at
do-
Kinsley like
and do-
horrified.
and
And
do
Kinsley is
exactly-
just making this face of, what are you doing to these kids? And what did you do to these kids?
And anyway, so she tries to be as much like the Night Mother, to be an example to other people, no?
So,
And yes,
so she's like the abbot.
sure.
Yes.
Imran's looking more and more uncomfortable as this conversation goes on.
Anyway, so we are traveling to Kresk because we are all servants of
Are
I
you-
guess.
Are you
Yes.
going to talk? Are you going there to see the abbot?
Sure. We want to know why dead people are disappearing. So we are going to help as much as
going
we
to
can.
help?
As much as we can, as much as the
Oh.
gods direct us, because we are all here to help according to our spiritual things. Like I am a servant of some mountain king or something. and I point to Kinsley. She is also a servant of the Night Mother as well, and so we
I-
are all helping people. He is a servant of the land, and I point to me. We are all, holy-ish people.
What
The
about
DM.
what about that one? And it points to the passed out spit.
He is
He
he's
he
very
is my newest
dedicated.
convert.
Yes.
Oh,
He's like an acolyte of all of us. Ish.
oh.
I'm his favorite.
So
He called me mom.
so
Let me pretend I have this.
should we be servants too? Should we go serve the abbot?
No. Like what you should do
Let's go shut up.
is you should.
I put my,
Hey,
my hand over for
hey,
Eric's
kids.
mouth.
Hey kids, do you want to see a really cool thing? I make fire in my hand.
Whoa!
DM, real quick.
Yeah.
Is the symbol of the Night Mother the same as Saloon? I know that
They're both moons.
say okay. Well, because
Well,
the
no,
symbol
Saloon
is the it's
Salem
eyes.
has the eyes, the 3 eyes.
Right.
No,
the
not 3
night-
eyes. It's eyes, and then
Oh,
it's like
2
a
eyes
circle
and-
of like 7 other eyes.
Right.
or
So the Night Mother is a symbol of the moon.
Okay. So the symbols are different.
Yeah, it's pretty fire. And along our journey, I can show you many other wonderful, cool things that I and the others can do. You don't have to worry about your future or, things right now. Worry about that when you need to worry about that. Just enjoy your time traveling with us. Maybe it'll inspire you on what you want to do in your future when you can do that.
Okay.
I kneel down to the kids.
You see
I
that the younger boy just has his finger up his nose.
I smile at him, put my hand on his cheek.
Sorry.
Kinsley, I slowly grab that hand and keep it from touching me. And I take a You're making it really hard to tell you what I'm role playing.
Sorry.
Just put him.
Okay, so I am knelt down to the kids. So this lady is not the Night Mother, but she did help to save you. We're
Yeah.
trying. Where do you want to go with your freedom?
I guess the safest place for us would probably be Kresk.
And is your family in Kresk?
Yeah.
Do you miss them?
I miss how safe it was inside of Kresk compared to outside.
So that means you don't go back outside
I
of
can't.
Kresk.
Oh. Okay.
Don't stay in your house too much. It's good to go out under the
But
sun.
The clouds.
are you saying that you don't want to go back to your home?
I don't know. Want. I want to be able to help. In Kresk, there's not much. We make our own everything. They do not trade with anyone. They have their own trees, their own livestock. The only thing that comes in from outside is wine.
What does your family do?
My family.
Do you farm? Do you raise?
Everyone farms. My
Oh.
my daddy's good at making shoes.
So the way you help is by staying safe and help your mama and papa with keeping everybody else safe. And that means you help with the food, you help keep the house clean, you help make shoes.
Okay.
I lean over to Kinsley. Kinsley, how long I can't quite remember, but how long do you think it took for us to learn the basic spell of healing? Basic healing spell.
Well, I mean, I think it's a
It's a first level spell.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
first level. That's why I bring it up.
Well,
Could help in the abbey?
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I could go and I could help with the abbot and try to help out there.
And you
Oh.
know what you do? You pray to the Night Mother.
Okay.
I can teach you.
Okay.
Yeah.
we can do that tonight.
Okay.
And Kinsley, maybe on our travel, if we have time, we might want to consider maybe if we can try to teach her to, because she wants to help people do the basic healing spell. I can't remember the name.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds, there you go. If that's possible at all, we
She's
could
a
at least
little-
try.
She's a little young for that, I think. But
I can't remember.
she
what-
can, it takes time.
What she
Can
But
practice
if-
it.
Can the abbot heal?
I
What
don't
is the abbot?
know. I know I hear Papa say that the abbot has been there for a very long time.
Do they have things like these, like my ears, and I point to my pointy ears?
and I'd never seen him.
Oh. Okay.
Well,
Well, we can
Why don't
go
we-
figure
and
this
we
out.
find out, and we can see what you want to do to help. There's so many things.
Okay.
Well, we'll figure this out when we get there. Shall we go?
Let's go.
let's go.
Okay, I lead
I'm gonna
the way
take
with
their
my
hands.
awesome spear.
I'll hold their hands
Okay.
as we walk.
I turn into a cat and I rush up to the little girl, and if she wants to hold me, I allow it.
You see that she giggles and tries to like run around and like chase the kitty.
There you go.
Just so long as we're going in the same direction
And
stay
Yep.
on the path.
Spit's still laying on the ground. passed
Oh
out.
yeah. Do you think he could go?
Oh, yeah.
Are you just
I'll
gonna
go
make
up
him
to
float?
Spit and I will cure wounds him. And I will show the little girl what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say a little prayer to Saloon, kind of walk her through it, and I will cast the spell.
Well, you guys, I think Spit might be up because it says he has 8 hit points. But for the sake of what we've been saying, we'll say that he's.
I thought that he
What?
was. I thought that I had only spared the dying. Oh no. No, yeah, was he dead?
He was making death saving throws. After
Okay,
the
yeah, no, I
first.
spared the dying him, so he didn't like get any healing
Mm,
from me
I don't know.
unless
It's-
I
my
later
character sheet
did it.
says he's got 8, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We'll just.
Well, I
so,
probably later did
Okay.
the thing.
How much
10
did you?
hit points.
10. Okay. We will heal him for 10.
Maybe you
Okay.
just forgot to.
It's
line
possible.
them.
It's very possible.
Well, I mean, I do have one first level spell slot gone already, so
Could be it. Okay, so you guys, with children in tow and Spit now back up, we don't have to roleplay him waking up. So you guys start making your way down the hill, going back towards the Wizard of Wine's winery. And it is starting to get late.
Should we look for a place to stay the night?
I'm very tired. Meow meow.
You said that we got to Krusk?
No, I said you
Yeah,
guys
yeah. Oh, okay.
went down the hill and you start making your way
Okay.
past
Oh,
the
that's
Wizard of
right.
Wine's winery because there are roads that have to intersect. And before you get
Mhm.
to the main Svalik road, I said it is starting to get dark.
I could put up the dome.
I just remember.
Find a little safe spot for it.
I just remembered I can maintain beast shape for 4 hours now. So yes, I am still a cat.
Yeah, nice.
Meow meow.
Okay.
All right, I'll go and I'll find a spot and ritual cast the dome.
Okay, so you guys are pretty familiar with the Svalik Road and everything by now, so you do know some good spots to camp. In fact, you are able to find the same spot that you camped in on your way in, where you guys saw those little glowing orbs in the forest jumping around and whatnot. You chose not to investigate and see what those were, but you're able to find the same spot, and Kinsley takes time to put the dome up.
During this time, I would like to begin to attune to the axe thing.
Okay.
Yes. I, as a cat, would like to begin attuning to my spirit or staff of frost.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Jeez.
attune to that?
I thought you didn't need to attune to it.
Yeah, I thought that you did.
I
okay.
looked at it and
Mm.
you
Double-
did. It
okay.
says item requiring attunement. I mentioned it last session after I found out you did. I'm like, oh, you actually do.
Okay. So attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused on only that item.
It was a short rest, so
Okay,
I
it is a
would have.
short
Oh,
rest.
yeah.
Then.
Okay, so
'Cause
you are
that's what I
attuning.
asked.
Okay, so you are both attuning it to your items.
You lied to me, Francisco.
Staff.
I could now. I could have spent this long rest experimenting
okay,
with the
to be
totally
fair,
rock is
I was thinking of a Star Wars system that I played with where you had to attune to the kyber crystals for the Jedi, and that took a long rest.
Mm.
That's SW5E. That's not D&D.
That's not D&D.
Now I have to attune for it for 8 hours, but that's fine.
Well, no, you can still only do 4 hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you have essentially a staff of frost, me, and if you haven't looked that up already, the staff has 10
I have it.
charges. Okay, I'm just gonna for people at home. While holding it, you can use an action to spend one or more of its charges to cast one of the following spells from it, using your spell save DC. You can do Cone of Cold, Fog Cloud, Ice Storm, or Wall of Ice for X amount of charges. The staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the staff turns to water and is destroyed.
I can be May from Overwatch.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so that is that is the Staff of Frost, and don't forget, you do now have the power hungry characteristic.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that doesn't really change much, but it's there.
it's true, yeah. So and the battle axe, Francisco. So what you have is a half-weight, two-handed battle axe. The handle is carved with leaves and vines, and when the axe hits a plant, whether an ordinary plant or a plant creature, the target takes an extra 1d8 slashing damage. You also know it is good that you are of good alignment, because if you were not, then the axe would sprout thorns whenever you would make an attack, and it would prick you for 1 piercing damage for every attack that is made. So it is not good to use if you are evil.
What about neutral?
What is it called?
It doesn't have one. It's one that is just a treasure you found it doesn't have like it's not a battle axe of whatever. It's whatever you want to name it.
Why don't we name it Francisco?
So just so you,
I
pretty
want
much
to
all
name
you
it Jerry.
Jerry.
Of
Jerry.
course.
So
Yeah.
you just have to remember that when the axe hits a plant, whether an ordinary plant or a plant creature, you do an extra 1d8 slashing damage. So,
Cool.
and it is magical.
an
It is not a plus, but it is magical.
It is a anti-plant weapon. Cool.
You could always name it like Blightbane
Pretty cool.
or
Thorn.
I like
Treebane.
Jerry.
Thorn
Like
Jerry.
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 Okay.
It's an additional 1d8.
1d8 slashing damage against plants or plant creatures. So, you guys are wanting to do anything else before you go to sleep?
Well, I'm already spending like I guess because it's a short rest work.
Right,
so
but
about, like,
you
an
have to be
hour.
you have to be focusing on it and nothing else. So you can't do it at the same time you're taking
so
a
that's
watch.
why I'm saying I'm already attuning that.
I am going to set up my prayer ritual with my incense and my candles, and I'm gonna, walk the little girl through saying a prayer for me, Saloon, for her, the Night Mother.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Kinsley, you very much feel the presence of Saloon, the Night Mother, and you see through your connection with Saloon that as this little girl is bowing her head to pray, little beams of white, like purplish light with flakes falling from the sky, seem to be landing on her head as she prays next to you.
I just smile. I continue to pray.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna actually go outside. How dark is it at this point?
I'd say fairly dark. I mean, but you're an elf, so you have dark vision.
Right. Okay, I'm just gonna take out my, what is he called? The Morning Lord?
Morning Lord. Oh, yeah, the Morning Lord, yeah.
Yeah. I just
The
want to make
symbol.
sure. Yeah. I'm gonna take that out and just be like, ugh. So, this is cool. I'm like talking to him as if he's like in the thingy. And this is how I'm praying.
Ah,
Was totally mistaken for a god today. No, it was a while ago. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. I'm going to leave it totally up to you. You're the god. I'll give it a little wink. So you just do your thing and like guide us, because I kind of would really like to go home. Right, cool. It was nice talking to you. Want to say anything? Just put it up to my ear. This is totally not how it works. But I'm really stressed out.
Make a religion check with disadvantage.
I want her to roll high for once. Every
I'm gonna
time she gets a low roll.
I'm gonna
Come
roll
on.
my 2 metal dice. Wow. Okay. Not terrible, but it's probably not going to do anything. 13, because I have no
13.
additions.
That's way better
It's
than
way
most
better
of the
than
other
what-
times.
My other one was a 19, but
Yeah. Like in the movies, for a split second, you see a flash happen in your mind and goes away.
I take the symbol from my ear and I kind of just like give it a really long stare. Ooh, you're a tease. I like you.
Oh my gosh.
Come
Okay.
back in.
Okay. So you go back in, the dome is up, Kinsley is praying, Francisco and me are busy attuning to their weapons, and you see Spit sitting there.
Question
Oh yeah.
about that. Since this is a long rest, could I also take time to attune to the blood spear? Because I didn't realize I needed to attune to that.
No, actually, you don't have to attune to the blood spear.
Because you're special.
Does it say-
Oh, so I'm good.
So
automatically attune?
the blood spears there is more than one. Blood spears exist. This is what the
So this is the one
Berserker-
from Kavan.
Yes, Kavan.
Okay.
This is his, and he claims it is the first blood spear. And
Okay. That is the one I have, and
Mhm.
it just says that I need to attune to it. And so when I hit attunement, suddenly the stats all started to make sense. It's now better
Yeah,
than what
I'm-
the glaive was.
I'm saying that because you got it specifically from Kavan, and he gave you the
It
blessing and told
automatically
you
attunes.
about it, it
Okay.
automatically attuned. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Okay.
that's
Yeah. Okay. So it is better than the glaive, guys. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's a plus 10 to hit instead of a
Oh.
plus 9, instead of a plus 8, what I thought it was. Also a plus 7 to damage, so that's great.
there you go.
Very
You
nice,
have-
very nice.
A really cool freaking spear.
Did you give me my glaive back then?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Ooh,
I feel
okay.
naked. I don't have anything cool.
I also have Jerry the battle axe.
While Francisco is attuning to his battle axe, I want to like pull Francisco over, and I'm gonna sit him in front of me, and we're gonna attune next to each other, because I think they'd be like a cool moment to where we each have a like really cool looking attunements. I like sit down, and as I attune, a bunch of like grass and foliage starts to grow around the staff as it starts to lift up, and all of the grass and stuff starts to freeze over and become cold, and tendrils of frozen grass wrap around the staff's pole and eventually sprouts into like a frozen bloom at the top.
Yeah, to attune to the battle axe, I just bench press it repeatedly. and then I use it to do sit-ups and just calisthenics, and I use it as
Oh
a
my
weight.
God.
Hey, Kinsley. You know, you guys were poking around in that temple for a while. Did you find anything cool that I could play with? I'm feeling really like left out here.
How do you feel about little sword that is that has
It's
silver?
not- It's silver?
Yeah, we got a silvered. I take it out of the bag. And what was it? It was a silvered like
I believe it was a silvered rapier.
yeah. So and
I mean, that's
I can go back and look
Presented.
real quick.
it's pretty.
That's right. I couldn't. I was gonna.
It's
like,
pink
touch
and
it.
whatever.
Yeah,
right?
it's got a pink like marble on the end of it. Let me
Yeah.
look it up real quick.
And there was
Yeah.
another thing.
I
wasn't
remember
there?
that one because I was gonna take it, but I
I
couldn't
know,
touch
and you
it.
could. That's
yeah.
why I remembered it was silvered.
I mean, it's yeah, Fenris would like it. Yes, I mean,
something more your style.
well, I mean, if it's silver, at least it will be more useful. I need to probably go buy some silver bullets.
I mean, you're not any good with a glaive, are you?
Yeah,
Marshall?
it's just-
Well,
Heavy.
It's just a silvered rapier with a pink glass hilt.
So it's
And-
not magical, it's just silvered.
right.
just
And I
silver.
remember that it was just cool looking. Let's see. What kind of weapon
It is
it?
a martial
guys-
weapon.
You guys
mean, that-
also have the axe that from Thunder Tree.
That makes you scared of everything
That
in
makes-
the forest.
Yeah, it makes you paranoid. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can use martial weapons. Is it a strength-based weapon?
Which is why I don't really use it. Because I don't
know.
have any strength. I have a +0.
I have a -1.
Well, this may not be better than what you have then.
I've got the long sword.
No, I just, it would be nice if I had I wasn't the I wasn't the only one who didn't have something like
Magical.
helpful.
What
Well,
is your AC?
You also have like your guns do like a ton
Yeah,
of
I
damage,
know.
and you have planar force.
No, she's
like
just jealous that they've all got like magical things that are, fun.
Mm-hmm.
She's used to being spoiled, so she likes, fun stuff.
I don't really have
Well,
anything else.
I'll take the sword. It's okay. It'd be nice, if maybe I could find something that would help my armor, so I don't get. Well, I guess I don't really get hit a lot. I don't know. I'll take the sword though.
What is your AC right now?
16.
16. What does your armor give you?
Let's find out.
Because I'm wondering, I mean, if people don't mind me being clanky again, I could go back to my chainmail and give you the dragon guard armor. It gives me the exact same AC, it just gets rid of my disadvantage
right.
with stealth.
So it gives me a +2. So if your thingy's a +2, there's no point. Is it a +2?
The
armor.
dragon guard.
Mm-hmm.
It just bumps your AC up to 15 and gives you an additional +1, so it'll just give you 16.
Yeah, so there's no point.
Okay. I think this was the argument before. Yeah, that's the reason I got is because of my disadvantage. That's right. I remember. Yeah.
Can I find that sword or something in the equipment section?
Is it
What is it called?
Which sword? The silver rapier?
Yeah, the silver.
It just says silver. It's just a rapier. So just look up rapier. Note that it's made of silver, so that way you can do more damage against like werewolves. Yeah.
Which we will definitely have to fight.
I am a werewolf. That thing hurts me.
It does more than my regular swords.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a D8 instead of a D6. Cool.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Oh.
Okay.
No.
So Spit is sitting there watching you guys all play with your stuff, and he goes like, "Well, I guess I'll take first watch."
Oh, come on, Spit. I don't think you've ever taken watch.
Yeah, but I probably should.
Probably.
So Spit's
Thank you.
gonna walk over to the side of the dome. He's gonna plant his butt, and take first watch. And that's where we're gonna end our episode.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, everyone watching at home, I hope you had fun with us this session. It was a roleplay heavy one, trying to get through the story. Our heroes found a bunch of really cool stuff, and now they have to move things around, figure out how it all works. And by the way, since you guys found the new thing, you are all now level 8. Woot woot. So now that you guys have found the next item, I know that I don't do XP for my players. What we're doing is we're doing milestones, and Curse of Strahd is supposed to get them all the way up to level 10 essentially. So they are gaining levels as they find the mysterious prophesied relics, and they have now found their next one. So they are their next level. Woot woot. Which is fun. One more level, and Kinsley can start casting 5th level spells, which is awesome. So yeah, you guys have to find that sun sword soon, so you
I
can move
know.
on up. Move on up. Move on up. Does anyone have any announcements?
Thank you to everyone who hung out with us last weekend when we just played our little game thing, our family game night, or whatever we're calling it. We're gonna probably do more of those. Everyone had a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll have more of that sort of content coming.
Awesome. Anyone else? All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out lakesidelegends.com where we have all of our information. Pretty much every show and thing we do and create, we put up there. I did not put up the family game night one yet. I don't know if that was one we were wanting to put up or not. So
It was more of a test thing. I don't.
that's what I
mean,
figured.
it was a little rough, technically.
Well, then we will fine tune that and put up ones in the future.
Maybe amusing to some.
It was fun. It was really fun.
All right. Well, anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe here on Twitch. We have our Facebook page. We have Twitter. We have our YouTube, of course, where we put everything. You can also find a condensed version of this show that is getting put up on all the podcast platforms. I'm about a week behind right now on what I'm trying to do. I'm almost done with the Mines of Phandelver. I have the second half of episode 11 that was supposed to come out this week, but I got behind doing other projects. So it'll come out next week. And then episodes 12 and 13, and then Mines of Phandelver will be done, and I will start working on the Curse of Strahd. So
We're almost caught up.
Yeah,
Ish.
so, well, there's only 13 episodes of Mines of Phandelver and 23 episodes of Strahd. So this campaign is very long. It's already almost double. So it is what it is. Eventually we'll get through them all. For those of you who enjoy a more condensed version where we don't sit here and squabble about rules and calculating dice rolls and everything, you can check out the podcast. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere and everywhere you want to find it. Other than that, everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you next time down by the lakeside. See ya.